Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have more RPG goodness. We have the Tome of Beasts 2 pawn set, brought to you by Cobalt Press. Pawns stands are not included with the purchase of this product. I picked this up on RPG Marketplace on Facebook, and I got it for a cut rate price. Very, very happy, so I wanted to do the unboxing with you today. Tome of Beasts 2, over 300 pawns included. Over 300 pawns for your 5th edition game featuring ferocious new monsters from the Tome of Beasts 2, from small to huge, includes all of these types of pawns. This again was brought to you by Cobalt Press. And so, for more information, go to cobaltpress.com. So, let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have inside the box. Well, there's not really a box here, but you get the general gist of what we're talking about here. So again, the dust jacket. Some people throw those out. I always keep them. So again, these pawns can be used for any type of fantasy role-playing game that you want to use it for. And the reason I love pawns so much is the fact that you can buy figures still. That's cool, that's great. But the reality is the cost and time of painting, I just don't have the time or the will to do it any longer. So the pawns really work well for me because, again, 300 figures would take me years to paint. So the reality is, with the pawns, you pop them out, put them in a base, and you're good to go right away. And again, with this here, it gives you a great variation of figures to choose from, different colors. Front and backs are the same. So let's take a look what we got here. All kinds of really, really cool characters that you... Again, these are beasts, so these are characters that are going to be villainous. Very cool, and I love the fact how well centered they are. To me, that's really the point. The Paizo ones, and again here, the Cobalt Press ones are really well done because I want to make sure that the characters are right. Now, you're going to have some overlay. You're going to have some stuff that's going to get cut off. So, see if they're, so like something like this, which has a huge wingspan, of course, some of it's going to be cut out. So when you pop that guy out, you see it loses some of the wingspan, but it really doesn't affect the character itself. When it starts to bother me a little bit is when I cut off this guy's head, like cut it off down to here where you're missing like half. That bothers me, but these are really well centered. Again, really, really thick cardboard, so putting them inside the stands is really not going to affect them at all, which is really, really cool. So got a whole bunch of cool new characters here and creatures here. So this is cool. Bunch of dragons, all different kinds of creatures that you can use for your 5e games or any type of fantasy games or any type of game you want to use them for. If you're creating your own fantasy 28mm game that you're using for whatever, these guys are great for that as well. Again, if you look at these pawns and you look at the colors, very, very vibrant. Again, really well centered. That's what I really like about them the most, is that they're really, really centered well. Again, you're talking about a lot of creatures and characters here that you'll be using. Again, over 300 of these characters are included in this. I like that one. What is that? That is called a Radiant Spark Swarm. Very, very cool. So those are your normal size, and your medium sized characters right here. The creativity is awesome. Then you have your small characters. Very cool. Some more here of your medium size. Clockwork Tiger. Corpse Worm. Of course, you pick up the Tome of Beast 2 Compendium. Ah, look, he's cackling, he's laughing at you. Skeletal Dragon, Skeletal Sword Breaker. Very cool. And then a couple small guys thrown in there. Again, but if you see, they're very colorful, great artwork, and they're centered perfectly on the pawn, which makes it makes me very, very happy. See some of the small guys, Otter Folk, Pixies, Umbrellas. Again, you're going to want to pick up that Tome of Beast 2 book, because it'll give you all the stat lines for all these characters right here that we're looking at. Again, front and backs are identical. Calling me love. Herald of Slaughter, Herald of the Void. Storm Maiden, Strobing Fungus, Swamp Lily, a couple of smaller ones. Moonkite, Magma Octopus. Very, very, very cool. Again, you can use this for Savage Worlds. You can use this for any type. You can use it for Pathfinder. You can use it for Dungeons and Dragons. You can use it for any type of system that you like to use for Dungeon Crawl Classics. Anything you want to use it for, which is really, really cool. One-horned ogre. An ooze. Different kinds of oozes. A naga. Very cool. Again, the great thing about a pawn is the fact that, again, they're beautiful, they're well centered, they're very colorful. And what's great about them as well is the fact that you don't spend you spend more time playing than you spend painting. I'll say it again, you spend more time playing than you spend painting. And that's the whole idea. I don't want to spend basically years painting this many characters so I can start rolling in a game. I like to get started right. Oh, look at that. That's really cool. A walled horror. That's really cool. A Windy Walker. Zombie Dragon. Zombie Cavefish. Zeitgeist. Very cool. Moving on. So you got medium, and then now you start having large creatures. Angel of Judgment. The Spectre would be also an example of that one. A skunk. And funny, something like a Starfinder game, some of these little guys cause more problems than some of the bigger guys do. So, again, dragon, devil. Again, really, really creative, really, really cool. I love the fact they're so centered on the pieces, which is really cool. Again, nothing bothers me more when you have one that's not centered. But again, Paizo and again, Cobalt Press do a really fantastic job usually with all their pawns. And as you guys know, on this site here, I've done a lot of unboxings of pawn sets because again, it's just easier for your game. You pull them out. You got your list. You know what you need for the game. Boom, you pull them out. And when you're done, you put them right back in. You put them right back in, which is really cool, really helpful. And they look great on any of the maps that you have. Got some cobalt. Here. Got the Pumpkin King. Frost Mole. Sarsac. Pine Doom. Oasis Keeper. And again, these are the large creatures combined with a couple small characters. Shriek Bat. Okay. Little Haunt. Headless Giant. Vex. And Shook and Core. Shook and Core. All right, so there you have it. So let's see how many sheets you have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 boards of standees. And this is everything that's included, and this concludes our unboxing of Tome of Beasts 2 pawn set. Pawn stands are not included. Brought to you by Cobalt Press. For more information, go to cobaltpress.com. And as always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.